Alright guys, what's happening? I'm out here outside of work, and we have cows. Oh, more cows. Oh my goodness, look at that big guy. Holy cow. Pun intended, holy cow. Huh. Yeah, so that just happened. It is a Thursday. I thought, what better way to start a video than with cows. Just kind of wandering the streets over here in front of my school. The only time I've really seen that is when I went to Parava here, another province, because it's more of a rural area, and they would just roam free in the streets. My videos are down below somewhere on my list. Parava here, days 1 and 2. You can see the cows in action. But I've never really seen them here, just like that, walking down the streets. Pretty interesting. Anyway, I got a bunch of people, a bunch of subscribers coming over within the next month. That's pretty awesome. I know they're excited, ready to start their new journey. And I'll try to meet with everybody when I have time. It might not be till a weekend or one of the many holidays that are going to be coming up here pretty soon. But I will get to everybody as soon as I can. It's going to be a very exciting time. Alright, I just wanted to show you those cows basically. I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, it's Saturday. I'm guessing around noon. Stop here, gets Senglai wanted a coconut water. Fresh in the bag, and of course me, I had to stop and get my coffee. One of the things we talked about in class today for my weekend classes, my students found it very fascinating that in the West, I told them there are a lot of people who like to get tan. They didn't know what the word tan means, so I explained to them what it is, and that they like their skin to be darker than what it is. The question came up because one of my students was wondering why Westerners seem to enjoy the sun and the heat over here so much. And so when I explained that a lot of people like to get tan, giving them a new vocabulary word, it was really shocking to them, because in this culture here, they try to do the opposites. They're very big into trying to lighten the color of their skin to be as white as possible, to the point where they will actually buy very expensive health and beauty products that are said to have whitening effects on the skin. Body lotion, soaps, things of that nature. I even saw one that advertised whitening lotion in a deodorant. I'm not even joking. I don't know who is going to be inspecting armpits to check for the color of their skin, but apparently it's a thing, because it was a real product. But I like when impromptu things like that come up, when the students are inquisitive, when they're interested in how other cultures do things. That often leads to nice conversation. But for us, or for me anyway, I always thought it was weird that they wanted to make their skin whiter. And so that also will give you insight into how they feel about Westerners wanting a tan or to make their skin darker. So that's what I did this morning. I had my morning class. Stopped, as I said, to get something to drink. And now we're on our way to the market. Buy some groceries for the week. Ran out of meat last night. Should not have waited this long to go back to the market, but I've been busy and procrastinating things. But luckily there's always a couple packages of ramen noodles hanging around the apartment, so nobody was starving. Yeah, right now it's about 94 degrees Fahrenheit. And the sun is pretty scorching, but in the shade and with the wind blowing, doesn't feel too bad. I decided to start some more classes just for children, but only older children. I'm not my apartment is not set up for having 2- and 3-year-olds running wild around there. It's not safe. The children 8 years and older can sign up for their daily 1-hour lessons. Same deal as the adult classes, except it will be tailored to, of course, younger people. And also, we can cover different topics and just put an English twist on them. Like, we can talk about the solar system. We can talk about the oceans. We can talk about sports. We can talk about whatever they would like to. And then we'll go over some vocabulary for all those things. So they'll not only gain knowledge of English, but hopefully some basic science and math and other things, whatever they're into. Ooh, river's full of algae again. But other than my classes, I don't have a whole lot else happening right now. Standard stuff. I think I may be one of the only expats here who still finds walking around town as fascinating as I did when I first got here. I think I probably always kind of look like a tourist. I'm always looking at the buildings and the river and the businesses and the signs and all the architecture. So even though it's been 16, 17 months, whatever it's been, I still find it very fascinating. people, somebody asked about showing the prices. I made a video about the cost of electronics, and they wanted to see the actual prices, and I am going to still do that. I'll go to a place called Lucky Mall. They have several, well, not several, but at least 2 or 3 electronic stores carrying a variety of products. They have a PlayStation store. Then they have a kind of like a smaller version of Best Buy where you can get TVs and speakers and all that good stuff. So I'll take you for a little walk inside there in the near future, whenever I get by over there. And I always get questions from new viewers and new subscribers about how much it costs. Usually the questions are, I'm going to have this much money every month. Will I be able to live comfortably with this amount of dollars? So I want to emphasize that the figures I've seen that you've emailed me and messaged me about is, yes, absolutely. Absolutely you can. The more local you live, the less inexpensive it will be, obviously. But you could also tailor your budget to some more Western friendly things if you want to, if you have the extra money you want to spend. But really, how much you spend is entirely up to you. As I've said before, you can live dirt cheap, or you can live a very extravagant lifestyle, depending on your needs, things you like, things you want to do. And when I say local, if you live more like a local, I don't mean like this necessarily the same kind of lifestyle. Like you don't have to come over here and get, you know, a $50 really small apartment with no air conditioner and a squat toilet. You know, you don't have to do that. The Western style ones are anywhere from, you know, $150 and on up, depending on how much space you want and amenities. But so I don't mean you have to live like that. I just mean the local food is very delicious, very fresh, and much, much cheaper than Western food. So if you eat more at local places, you will save more money, obviously. Well, yeah, a nice $150 to $300 apartment, let's say. Depending on how much aircon you use, save another $100 for that at the most. And then use the rest of your money however you wish. But basic living is really, really inexpensive here. And yes, I would even say, I will say for most people, probably $1,000, at least a minimum of $1,000. You'll be able to live a comfortable, very nice lifestyle here. But you'll get into the groove of things eventually. You'll find places you like. You find ways to maybe save some money. Like when I first got here, I was eating, she wants to stop. When I first got here, I was eating at the restaurant next door, and it was a very, very good restaurant. I really love their fried pumpkin. That was a very delicious meal. And compared to where I came from, I was spending, you know, less than half or more than half of what I would have paid for the same portions and things back home. So I thought I was getting a good deal. But then you soon discover, you start walking around and realize there are places that are even cheaper than that by a couple dollars per meal. Just as delicious, just as fresh. These places are just smaller, not as well known, off the beaten path. But you'll find them, and then you can choose whichever ones you want to use. Taking a stop here. This is a big temple downtown. Very nice. All right. So that'll do it for this one. Like I said, not much going on. Check out my links below. If you want to donate, you can do that. If you want to sponsor a student to receive a free education, you can do that down below. If you want to check out my Facebook page or Instagram or any of that good stuff, you can also do that below. All right. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.